What's going on? Talking to myself until some people join, but I'm tired. I just got to say that. I just flew in the red eye. Flew in from Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky right now, and it's cold. It's cold. I'm ready to go back to Florida, but I'm here to see my oldest son, and just wanted to hop on here and talk about the current events that are going on. Happy 2025 to everyone. I hope this year and beyond is joy, success, and love, because you well know that there's not a lot of love going out right now. Um, we just in our society, in our country right now, as we're absolutely divided. We're divided in many ways. We're divided by race. We're divided by our political leanings. We're divided by our right to choose, and we're divided by the hate and vitriol that we get from all corners. And so I just wanted to jump on live and just talk about what my hope is, what my goal is with this platform. My goal and my hope is that I can reach as many people as I can. Doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter your political leanings, and speak the truth and speak about things that go on in our lives. But also in talking with things that go on in our lives, everybody has a struggle. Everybody has a situation that happens to them to put them in a bad position. And so, we have many things that take place, whether it's socially, financially, emotionally, and we have to be together. But we do have people who are selfish. We do have people that think only for themselves, think only about themselves, and they think about their interest instead of everyone's interest. It's like when you were a kid and you were in school and you had that opportunity to go and play at the playground, but that opportunity could be lost because of kids acting out. Kids being bad, not listening to the teacher, and so on. And so there were occasions at times, I'm not for sure if you experienced this, but there are occasions at times where, the teacher says, oh, well, we're not going outside to play because this person here wasn't acting right. And so now, since that person wasn't acting right, we're just going to say, forget it. We're not going to let we're not going to let anyone go out and play now. And so what happens is that everybody has to reap the benefits of what one person did. That particular individual is selfish because they didn't think about everyone, they just thought about themselves. So, we're in 2025 now. And let me know what you think in regards to what's going to take place in 2025. Let me know what your hopes are. What do you think in regards to how we're going to be able to get by in 2025? My daughter is so bad. Misha Picot, what's up? Tell me why your daughter is so bad. I got two boys, and they are light and day, night and day. Excuse me. One is, he would play by himself. He would play with his Hot Wheel cars. He would play with his toys, and he's quiet. Sometimes we'd have to go and check on him and see, hey, is he okay? Is he breathing? And then the other person, hey, Santiago Andres, how's it going? Que paso? Uh, our other son, he's all action. He is in your face all the time. He's nothing but action. He wants to be in your face. And you're like, listen, son, go play. Go play. You're a kid. Be a kid. We're doing our adult things. You go and be a kid. Go and be a kid. But, kids are different. Kids are different. Not every child's going to be the same, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, one could be cool, calm, and collective, whereas the other one is just all over the place. And you're like, oh my goodness, I need a break. I need a break. So, 2025 is here. We have a lot of things that are going on. even before 2025. And I'm going to talk about that. I host the Just Listen podcast. So if you guys check me out, give me some likes, subscribe to the channel because I'm a passionate person. I'm a very passionate person. I love being with people and speaking to people, but not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that. So, with that being said, if you're here with me and you're hanging with me, let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know what you think 2025 is going to start off with, because we already know that the situations and dramas are already happening. Um, I'm not for sure if you guys have been checking out the situation that happened in New Orleans. My heart goes out to everyone that has experienced the things that happened in New Orleans. New Year's Day. Can you believe that? New Year's Day, we already have terroristic things taking place. And then they tried to link it to the situation that happened in Las Vegas with the Tesla truck, the Tesla cyber truck that blew up in front of, I guess, a Trump building or whatnot. Uh, I mean, first and foremost, let's go on to the situation that happened in New Orleans. Um, we have to definitely pay attention to our surroundings. We have to pay attention to our surroundings. We have to make sure that we are always staying alert at any time, no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing. We have to pay attention to where we're at. And we also have to pay, if we have kids with us, we have young kids, we have to make sure that we're paying attention to them as well, because we're in troubling times. We definitely are. We're in troubling times where you can't even go and celebrate to bring in the new year. And this situation that happened, they want to point the fingers at uh, immigrants or migrants or whatnot. They want to talk about just the misinformation. They want to spread all the conspiracy theories and all this kind of stuff, and that's wild, man. I mean, instead of us spreading misinformation, we should be trying to reach out and see how we can help, because the individuals that were there, that experienced this attack, they're going to need our support, and not have it to where it's a talking point about migrants, not where it's a particular vibe in regards to, oh yeah, well, we need to do this with the border and things like that. How about we try to see if we can get people to New Orleans and be able to reach out to those that had to experience the situation that happened and give them some type of support, instead of using it as a talking tool to try to get the American people to feel a certain type of way when it comes to the border. Um, this individual that did this particular attack was a U.S. citizen. It wasn't somebody that came across the border, but you get those news channels that were talking about, oh, this person was at Eagles Pass and all this kind of stuff, and they were doing this, that, and the other. Yet this person was in our military at one time. This individual did this heinous attack. Selfish. That's a selfish thing. So we definitely have to make sure we pay attention to our surroundings, and then also on top of that, we have to think about the situation that happened in Las Vegas, or per se, with the individual who took their life, and had a cyber truck. They rented a cyber truck, and I'm not for sure. There's still information coming out on that, but supposedly this individual took their life. They were divorced or separated from their spouse per se, and I guess they wanted to make a statement, and I'm not for sure exactly what that statement was, with renting a cyber truck and going in front of a Trump building and doing what they did. So there's a lot of things that are taking place, and like I said, we definitely have to be careful in 2025. There's a few topics that I want to talk about, and if you want to post something in the comment section, I'll reply to you. I do see individuals that are on here. I see Misha Picot that said their daughter is bad. I mean, some kids, man, we just have to work with them, and we have to continue having that open dialogue with them. But one of the first topics I want to talk about is, we have this individual who is now, again, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. And there's just something odd and weird about this guy. Um, Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, he's supposedly a Christian man. He is a Christian man, so he say. Uh, he I don't know what his relationship is like with his children, but I do believe that Mike Johnson has a African American son, uh, but not by marriage, the adopted son, excuse me, African American adopted son, and then has another son that they track each other's internet activity. I'm not going to dive deep into that, but yeah, they track this internet activity. But anyways, Mike Johnson is he's a peculiar character when it comes to just that smirk on his face. He has that type of smirk on his face that I cannot trust. Um, when he's talking and he's has that little smirk on his face, it's like this guy is supposedly calling himself a Christian. But I believe in my heart that this man is a snake. Honestly, just real talk. I mean, whatever your political leanings are, it is what it is. I'm gonna speak the truth. Uh, I do see that there is a party that does make the attempts to help individuals. Jack the Cowboy, what's up, buddy? I do see there's a political party that tries to help individuals out, and I do see another party that only helps the rich out. Uh, that's an issue, and we see it already when it comes to just who Donald Trump has put in his political offices, in high positions. We already see it with the billionaires that are going to be in his cabinet that do not look like us. These people do not look like us. They do not have the same background as us. And you hear like on Fox News, you hear with that goon Piers Morgan saying that, oh, this is the most diverse cabinet administration known to man or whatever. No, it's not. I mean, when you look at the pictures on there, it doesn't look diverse. It's not diverse to me. That when we talk about diversity, we talk about all walks of life. We talk about all shades of colors, and what we see in the Trump administration is not all shades of colors. But let me just circle back to the Mike Johnson character and what I feel and believe in regards to him. Mike Johnson is a guy that it's kind of like tug of war with the Democrats and Republicans. I understand that the Republicans now will have the House, the Senate, the presidency, and of course, unfortunately, the corrupt Supreme Court. The six justices for that were, voted in as Supreme Court justices for the Supreme Court, the right wing, far right Supreme Court. They're corrupt. I mean, we can say that the three Democratic Supreme Court justices are corrupt as well, but there's not much information that comes out in regards to the Supreme Court that are more so Democratic. We see a lot of stuff, or we hear a lot of stuff that has taken place with your Samuel Alito's, your Clarence Thomas's. We see quite a bit when it comes to that. But this individual, Mike Johnson, though, is he said that he doesn't have a bank account. That's kind of interesting. I guess the wife holds all the money, but this particular person that calls himself a Christian is a liar. You know, Being a Christian, I thought we were supposed to walk in the faith of the Lord Jesus Christ, and I thought that we were supposed to speak truth and not lie. As a Christian person, I know we all have our flaws. I couldn't be in politics. I could not be in a particular administration. I couldn't be, I couldn't, because there are so many things that you would have to side with that doesn't seem like the will of the Lord. Just like with Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, this guy, he goes on live TV and he lies. He make up things. He speaks things that are not factual, but then calls himself a Christian man. How's that being a Christian? How's that being a Christian when you are really going on live air speaking to people who perceive you to be a Christian, and you do all you do is lie. I mean, I consider myself a Christian man. I do believe in God, and if you don't believe in God, that's all good. That's you. That's your life. That's how you feel. That's what you think. That's what you believe. I'm not going to dictate what you need to do with your life. But what I see in this particular person, they always want to throw out God and the Christian way and things like that. Yet they don't practice it. And with Mike Johnson, I can tell you that that is a man that I would not trust and cannot trust as Speaker of the House. When it comes to just how he looks and how he just looks like that type of guy that will stab you in the back, which he's definitely going to do that to American people, alongside with the Republicans who are trying to remove and take away and defund specific social nets. So that's topic number one in regards to it. And welcome to the channel. Again, check out my videos. I am a person who I do quite a bit of research, even with my busy life, and I just try to point it out there and put that out there in regards to what I research and the things that take place. Um, it's just something that we all need to find the information and research, and even use multiple sources to see how accurate it is. But yeah, Mike Johnson is definitely a person that is not going to be for the interest of the people. They, like I said, they were working on taking away social nets. You have the oligarchy, millionaires and billionaires that are uh, swaying the Republican Party to go for something that does not benefit us. And if you're a middle class person, or you live below the means of that, and you have issues with you have issues with your taxes, guess what? Check check out how the tax gap is going to be with a tax percentage for the rich that is going to be lower than what it is for the American people. That gap is massive. It is massive. Matter of fact, the top 1% received they received quite a bit of money back. And you can say what you want to say on that, but the millionaires and billionaires, they shouldn't get a huge tax return in comparison to what they already have. I mean, when you have generations and generations and generations of wealth, how is it that you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars each year in regards to the tax breaks and stuff like that, where we have to pay back into the federal government. We have to pay back into maybe even our state, if we have state tax. But that's another thing when it comes to what's going to take place now is that the middle class may even go down to be the lower class, and then the lower class goes down to be the lower class. So we definitely have to gain and gather our research and information, and make sure that we are paying attention to the signs. We are paying attention to the signs. That's something that I've definitely been doing during this troubling time frame in 2025. It's been just crazy already. I mean, it's already starting, man. It's definitely already starting. And I try to look for the truth and not be swayed or distracted or be, bamboozled. Let's just say bamboozled. But do me a favor. I'm going to give about 30 seconds to 45 seconds for people to post in the comment section. I'm trying to figure this thing out over here because I don't. This is my first time officially going live on my phone. So, post in the comment section what you think in regards to everything that's taking place and what's going to take place. I'm going to give about 30 seconds for that so I can reply back to the comments, because I hear people saying about the kids being bad and other people saying hi and hello and how and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, post in the comment section. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's! Once again, this your boy Walt with the Just Listen podcast. Post in the comment section what you think about 2025. What you think what's going to take place, um, uh, let's say January 20th. Let me know what you think after January 20th. Do you think on day one things are going to be different? Do you think on day one things will get better here in our country? So topic number one was about the heinous crimes that took place in Louisiana. Topic number two is and was about Mike Johnson and how creepy his smile is and how this guy looks like he would stab you in the back after shaking your hand. Topic number three, we kind of touched about, the Supreme Court and the millionaires and billionaires that is, they're running everything. And they basically, we've definitely become an oligarchy. We definitely have become an oligarchy. And if you don't know what an oligarchy is, just look it up. Of course, I hear a lot about oligarchies in Russia and a lot of things that happen to individuals in Russia that are part of the oligarchy where they're falling out of windows. Oh man, they're falling out of windows. I mean, really? Or they get sick on the airplane, if you know what I mean. But topics number five, number 4 or 5, I can't keep up. Is we want to talk about the inequality, the wealth inequality, the wealth gap. I posted a video about 7.25 minimum wage and how people, and the cost of living in specific areas. Um, People are being priced out of homes, and they're being priced out of homes because of, the housing privatization and real estate companies buying up homes only to rent out. So I did post a video in regards to that. You can check that out as well. But where can we get to be in a position to where we're financially stable? Where can we? Well, when the minimum wage increase and it increases to where it keeps up with the inflation, it keeps up with the economy, then people would be able to make money and be able to take care of their responsibilities when it comes to their jobs. When the job market starts to increase and the opportunities for people to be able to um, earn a living wage, a livable wage, and it increases to the point to where they're able to actually save and put money back, um, that will be able to help our country out. But how will that happen if it's still 7.25 an hour in many places? I think there are 20 states that are still at 7.25 an hour. I mean, and this was something that was reviewed. This was something that was reviewed in 2025. I mean 2024. So me as an individual, 725 in 2024 is not cutting it. And let me know in the comment section what you think about the minimum wage. Do you think that it should be raised to a higher standard when it comes to it? And this is across the board in all states. You do have those states that the cost of living is higher, so their minimum wage is higher. You do have that. But you do also have states like, let's say in Alabama, let's say even in Kentucky, let's say uh, even in Tennessee, the minimum wage is still 7.25. And I know, a lot of some of these places you're working on crops, farms, things like that. But those farmers and croppers, they're they're definitely well endowed, taken care of when it comes to it because they usually use immigrants. They use immigrants for the cropping because I've said this before. I'm not working out in no field. My ancestors did that for me. My ancestors did that for me, so I'm not working in no field. But let me know what you think in the comment section. about the minimum wage. Let me know how you. Oops, sorry. So I am live here. I'm in Kentucky. I'm in Florence, Kentucky. That is. It's about 20 degrees out. I'm not used to this anymore. I'm not used to this, and it's no fun. And I'm in a hotel. I got here. I made it to the hotel about almost 1 a.m. and waiting for my wife to get here so we can go see our oldest son whenever he gets off of work. But the minimum wage, the wage gap, when it comes to it, it's rough. It's rough, and I wish and hope that it will get better, but I don't think it's going to get better in the next 4 years. I do not. I do not believe that it's going to get better in the next 4 years. And I mean, what can I say? What can I say? That's just life be life, and I guess we had to work those 2 and 3 jobs and see if we were able to get by with that, and hopefully get a promotion to where we can get more money. Um, that's it's just sad how the homelessness has it's been massively increased, and we can say we can blame it on the current administration and his office, but I think everyone's to blame when it comes to it. I don't just think that it's just the Biden administration that is at blame. I think and feel and believe that uh, Trump is to blame as well. I believe and think that Obama bears some of the blame as well, and definitely we got to blame George Bush also. I think when it comes to it now, we just have to blame them all because they're not really trying to make this happen in regards to the minimum wage itself. I'm gonna tell you this, man. If you follow politics and also spread this information to everyone else, give me a like, give me a subscribe, whatever. I'm gonna be on here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You can like my politics, you can hate it. I don't care because I'm going to be here for the people that need to get the information. But Bernie Sanders, back in the early 2000s, he called it out on what's taking place today. And I'm a big Bernie Sanders fan. I wish that this man was younger because he's up in age. The Democratic Party is a geriatric party. Um, the Republican Party are the crazies. They are basically the crazies. Not everyone in the Republican Party is crazy, but you got those liars out there. You got those snakes. You got those wolves out there. But Bernie Sanders, he was trying to get the minimum wage, the federal minimum wage raised up to $15 an hour, and he called this out back in early 2000s. He was speaking at uh, I think it was a high school or a university, and he was talking about the oligarchies, and he was talking on how we may be heading into an oligarchy eventually, and that we have the millionaires and billionaires like Elon Musk that's going to be running the country basically. Because even though Elon Musk is a South African immigrant who was actually here illegally at one time, according to his brother, he's the one that's telling the president what to do and what not to do when it comes to how our country's supposed to be ran. And now he's part of this Department of Government Efficiency group that is going to be slashing things. I mean, they're going to be slashing Social Security. They're going to be slashing Medicare and Medicaid. Look who Trump put in for the Medicaid department. They're going to be slashing healthcare. I mean, we got to get ready, guys. We definitely have to get ready. But Bernie Sanders talked about this, and it's happening right now to this day, and it's going to be a wild 4 years because we shouldn't have a person that hasn't been in government ever and gets government subsidies from us. The true welfare queen, is Elon Musk. And if you don't believe me, just think about uh, what has taken place when it comes to, we almost had another government shutdown because of a bill that they didn't want to pass. Well, many bills that they didn't want to pass. We was going to avert the government, and we was going to shut down the government because Elon Musk did not like something within the bills that we were going to be passing before the holiday break. How crazy is that? That this individual is not even a was I mean not a U.S. citizen, wasn't U.S. born, is the richest man in the world from South Africa, came over here and is dictating policies and dictating what needs to be in place. But mind you, from what I've heard, is that there was something in the particular bill that was issued out about us trying to make sure that we can track Chinese relation when it comes to specific things, to which Elon Musk did not want that in the bill because, of course, Elon Musk is not just for the American people. He's for those people that Donald Trump has talked about in regards to China virus. He's also in their pockets too. See, we fail to realize that even though we, not we, but we have Elon Musk and we have Vivek Ramaswamy, we have Donald Trump, and we have the Republican Party that talk about China this and China that, China bad, China terrible, China's beating us, everything, China's doing this, that, and the other. Yet they do business with them. They do business with them, but they want to talk about China bad. See, that's the mind game that they play with us. They want us to not like China. However, Elon Musk has Tesla over in China. Elon Musk does work with Xi Jinping. Elon Musk does have a relationship with China, even though they say China's bad. Or how about this? How about this? All during the 2024 presidential campaign, during the 2024 presidential campaign, they had us thinking about migrants being bad, and we need to get the migrants out. We need to get the illegals out. We need to get them out of here. Yet, we hear about the H-1B visas that they're wanting to bring people over from India to come and work these tech jobs because American people are not qualified to do so. Or the American people do not have the intelligence to do these particular type of jobs. But they want to bring the Indians over from India to work these particular type of jobs. Oh, that stirred up an uproar because see, they tell you things that you like to hear, and they like the migrants, like jobs, or China. Yet they don't mind if it's the people that they want to have over here, or the people that they want to have a relationship with. You know what? How I mean, this is what it is now. This is how it's going to be, I guess. You know, and then you have Vivek Ramaswamy, who, you know, they talked about tech and all this kind of stuff. He went on Twitter and he started bashing the American people, saying that, you know, we watch too much Boy Meets World and stuff. We don't educate our kids. We don't allow our kids to be kids. You know, he said, oh, they need to skip that sleepover and do math stuff and do science stuff at home on a weekend. You know, when I was a kid, man, my highlight was being able to enjoy the weekends without having to, you know, enjoy the weekend without having to do extra work. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think. Hey, give me a like, give me a subscribe. You know, I'm gonna be here. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. You will be seeing my face a lot more often, and I will be doing more lives. I'm just trying to get this stuff figured out here when it comes to it. But, you know, for Vivek Ramaswamy to say that the American people were basically, I'm going to be candid on this, called us the R word, basically. Well, not me, because I'm a very intelligent man. Saying we do too much. The American way was letting our kids watch, I don't know, Animaniacs on the weekend and wrestling and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, they should be doing schoolwork. They should be doing school. That's some nerd type of stuff. And you know, if I have any nerds on here, you know, hey, forgive me, but that's some type of stuff that, you know, nah, man, I want to go and enjoy being a kid on the weekends. You know, on the weekends, if I didn't have a sports, you know, practice or whatnot, I would be out with my friends, and that's what it should be. But, you know, I did educate myself. I like to read. I love to read, actually. I haven't read a book in a little bit, but I love to read. I guess, hell, me reading news stuff on here is me reading. But I went to college. I I've had positions where I did really well. But hey, listen, you're popping on. Welcome to the channel. This is Walt with the Just Listen podcast. We're just having a random conversation about everything and how 2025 is going to be. Um, the Department of Government Efficiency is, uh, it's going to be something that I guess we have to wait and see, right? I guess we have to wait and see in regards to what's going to take place with the Department of Government Efficiency. And I'm gonna let you know this now. It might get very ugly. We might have uh, people that voted for Donald Trump. Of course, they're already changing their minds in regards to it or regretting what they did. But when it comes to it, they might end up becoming Democrats or I don't know, or independents after these next 4 years. And if it gets really bad, if it gets really bad, I don't think a Republican president will be voted in for a very long time. I'm talking, you know, in 2028. Hopefully, I'm still here in 2028. I pray that I am. I pray my health is good. I pray your health is good. But 2028, if things really get bad or got bad, if things get bad, excuse me, I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's going to be a Republican president for, let's say, uh, I would say at minimum 20 years. Really, if it really gets bad, if it does, hopefully, if the orange man, if he's still in office by 2028 and gets elected for 20, for the 2032 time frame, man, that's going to be, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Well, you know, he's an older man. So he's going to be the oldest sitting president if he does his 4 year term. So the Department of Government Efficiency, it's a joke. It's definitely a joke. You got these millionaires and billionaires wanting to slash things, but I'm gonna tell you this: check out. Do me a favor, guys, and again, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, check out my videos. But do me a favor: just Google search how many audits the Pentagon has failed. Just Google search it, because there is something that we continuously do quite often. It seems like year over year is we raise the defense budget every year massively. Massively, we raise up the defense budget. So Google search how many audits the Pentagon has failed, and then also on top of that, I want you to go and check out. It's a show on YouTube. Check this YouTube channel out. It's called the Infographics Show. The Infographics Show, and look up the U.S. military budget military spending budget matched up against the other superpowers, and look up how massive that number is. You will be amazed. Yet we fail audits. The Pentagon fails audits year over year. They fail an audit. And I remember when I used to work at the gas station back when I was in college, uh, we would have to have some people come in and audit the inventory. And we had to make sure we passed that audit. We had to make sure that we passed that audit. We had to have a certain percentage um, from what the raw numbers show and what we've sold. And this is on everything. And with that, if we failed an audit, we would be penalized. We would be fined from the company. Like, we would literally, of course, we didn't get bonuses or anything like that. But if we failed an audit, we would be fined. And after we were fined, we would have to make up the next audit a little bit more than what we did for the particular audit that we failed. Now, just imagine if we actually implemented something in place to where if the Pentagon failed their audit, that we wouldn't raise the military budget for, like, let's say 2 years, we wouldn't raise it. Matter of fact, we would take from the military budget that we spend millions of dollars in, and we would spread it out to something else like education. Or we could spread it out to, the SNAP program, or add a little bit more to the Social Security pot until the Pentagon started to pass their audits. You know, we got Raytheon, we got Boeing, we got all these contractors that makes our missiles and all that stuff. And, of course, we got Starlink, where we fly up to space, and then, what are they doing up in space? What are they doing? I mean, besides the satellites that are up there, what are we racing to up at space? That military budget does not and should not need to move. We're the richest country in the world. We have technology out of the wazoo. We have the strongest military with lesser amount of people here. We have the most skilled military with lesser amount of people here. And we keep failing the Pentagon budget. We keep failing that audit. And then we have the millionaires and billionaires that's wanting to slash things. They're wanting to slash social nets. And mind you, you can look this up and you can find this. Elon Musk said that we're going to have to face hardships. Who do you think he was talking about? Who do you think was he talking about, him, or was he talking about us? Because I can guarantee you this, that the hardship he's not going to face. Hell, he's paying $2,000 a day or whatever to stay at Mar-a-Lago. You think that hurts him? Yet we have to work 2 weeks to get $1,200. Because our checks don't come. I said pecs. Our checks don't come for 2 weeks for some of us, and that might be $1,200. Where you got this guy paying $2,000 a day to stay at Mar-a-Lago. So who's going to have the hardships? Who's going to face the hardships? Because it's definitely not him or the millionaires and billionaires, the multimillionaires, all these guys that are on these podcast shows, Joe Rogan, ugly Charlie Kirk, the big pumpkin head, the fascist Nick Fuentes, Tim Pool, Beanie Baby. These guys are not going to face hardships. There were some things that Elon Musk said that are contradictory now. If you have X or Twitter, I'm not on there anymore, just to keep it real, because I get tired of seeing the algorithm pushing his ugly face. Every time I get on there, Elon Musk is posting some misinformation, and I'm just scrolling past and I keep seeing some other misinformation. Twitter has become the misinformation machine. And if you're on Twitter, I feel sorry for you. I do. I feel sorry for you if you're on Twitter. But I lost my train of thought. Dang. What was I going to say? It is what it is. But, welcome to the channel. Again, this is your boy Walt from the Just Listen podcast. Hey, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. If you're a liberal, if you believe in democracy, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't, I don't care. Subscribe anyways and try to talk crazy to me or talk some crap. But anyways, yeah, Elon is a joke. Vivek is a joke. I got some stuff on Vivek. Check out my video I posted about hypocrites, and I have my thumb pointing over to Elon Musk, because there's some things about Vivek that I knew this guy was not serious. He's about my age. He's probably a little bit younger than me, but he's not serious. I heard, of course, in regards to him, he ran a pump and dump scheme to get millions of dollars, conning people, just like a lot of these other people who became millionaires did. Um, but yeah, he's not serious at all. We are in some troubling times, man. We definitely are. And those hardships are definitely coming. We're already seeing these hardships now, especially with these particular type of attacks taking place. Um, we got to be careful, guys. We definitely have to be careful. And we definitely, if you are a praying person, we have to pray for our country, because the last thing I want to talk about, this is going to be very important for us as Americans, us as U.S. citizens, and everything else. So if you are joining me now, this is going to be very important to talk about. So come on in and listen up. Oh, I had to take a drink of water, man. All this talking to get your mouth dry. But anyways, um, we talk about China bad, America good, and we fail to realize that the reason why China is advancing in certain things, because I heard that they built the fastest monorail that goes 200 and something miles an hour, 250 miles an hour. They are advancing because maybe they do more investing in their children. Maybe they do more, I know their education. Excuse me. They built the fastest train now. Uh, Recently debuted. Yep. They invest in their children, and I understand that their children learn differently. But if we invest more in our children and have specific programs that would be interesting and fun for them to be able to expand their minds without cramming them and burning them out, I think that we, on the intellectual side, being the richest country in the world, would be so much better off instead of us trying to do away with the Department of Education. Maybe we can fix the Department of Education and reform it and do specific things when it comes to it. Because that's important. That's important. The world's fastest train. That's what it is. The high speed train, the CR 450 for the Chinese, the China's monorail. When we invest in our children in regards to their education, and when we invest in the teachers instead of spreading misinformation and saying crazy things in regards to history and all that kind of stuff, when we invest in our children, um, they can be able to compete with other kids from other countries. This misinformation stuff about kids in schools coming back to being a different sex and all that kind of stuff is bullshit. It is. It's stupid. I don't understand how people can perceive that. Both of my children were well. One was in school. He's well past graduated, and my other child is in school. And there's no way, form, or fashion that he comes in the house acting differently than what he did when he went to the school. This misinformation is affecting how teachers try to teach the kids and try to educate the kids, and it's really making parents become crazier than what they should be. If we can invest in teaching our children and not worry about if a teacher is gay or whatnot, uh, then we would definitely be in a better position than what we are, because other countries, especially the ones that are not our allies, they they are loving it. They are loving when we are at each other's throats. They are loving it when we disagree and we can't come to an agreement and we're very partisan, like the Republican Party is. They love it. They're eating it up right now because they see the division that we have, and now that we continue to be divided, we become more weak. But this last thing I want to talk about, this very last thing, and do me a favor, also subscribe to the channel, man. Give me a like, post in the comment section. I will reply back. Tell me what you think about everything. What this last thing is that Donald Trump he's getting ready to cause a World War III. Honestly, that's my personal take. He's talking madness to our allies. he's trying to do this strongman mentality, which is not working because our allies, if they jump ship and they decide to, have more of a relationship with a China, the next in line as far as a superpower goes, we're in big trouble. We are. Donald Trump is going to be the person to get us in that trouble, where we are the fascist Germany back in World War II time frame, back in the 1940s. 1942, I believe that the World War II started. Let me see here, because I'm a history buff too, but I can't keep up sometimes. I'm getting older. So let's figure it out. Because World War II started. When World War II started, then all crap broke loose. But it really broke loose for the U.S. when we had the attack on Pearl Harbor. So we have to, hey, I'm telling you, he keep messing with our allies like that, China's going to sweep in there and take them. And when that takes place, then there's no turning back. U.S. will no longer be a superpower anymore. No longer be a superpower. But yeah, when did World War II start? World War II started it started in 1939, but I think it really started getting popping when we joined in 1942, I believe. Let me see. I think the U.S. jumped into World War in the war back in 1942. I could be wrong, but hey, that's why, like I said, when did the U.S. join World War II? December 8th, 1941. I should have known that. But anyways, if Trump keeps it up with this strongman BS talk to Canada, Mexico, Panama Canal, Greenland, the UK, he keeps that talk up, we definitely gonna be in a World War III, and we're not gonna have our allies, because then you'll have countries like China that say, hey, listen, we got your back. We can shake hands, and we can work with each other, and we can leave the U.S. out. And guess what happens? The American dollar is gonna. It's already doing it, but it's gonna be like that bullet train. It's gonna go faster because we're burning our bridges. We're burning our bridges with these tariffs, and if these tariffs take place, especially with China, bye-bye farms. And guess what? We voted for it. Not me. I'm going to say it again. I didn't vote for it. But our allies, when they start jumping ship and going to the other side, because they eventually will if you keep talking stuff, Donald Trump, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We're already in trouble, but we're going to be in way more trouble than we are. And that's not a good look. It's not going to be good for us. It's not going to be good for anyone if we are in a war. And remember, some of the Republicans were saying, or some of the right-wingers, the MAGAs, oh, we were never in any wars when Trump was in office. Do you know that for sure? Because I believe that he was, how many drone strikes did he do? Let's do this here. How many drone strikes did Donald Trump do when he was in office? Ooh. 400 and let's see here. He definitely exceeded Obama. He exceeded Obama. He did over 400 drone strikes. And you talk about no new wars. Yeah, bombing Syria and other areas. So I think that's war when you provoke something, right? I do believe that. But anyways, listen. I appreciate everybody jumping on here and hanging with me today. It is a lovely Saturday in northern Kentucky, and it's cold. Like I said, I'm ready to get back to Florida. I'm getting ready to sign off here. But subscribe to the channel. Post in the comment section what you think. I'm going to be back here again soon. Love you. Be safe. Happy New Year 2025. Peace out.